What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Fuel channel, where we speak the truth, we're honest, and we give our takes on the Miami Dolphins. It is Friday, November 25th, 2022. It's Black Friday. First and foremost, before we get into anything Miami Dolphins, Houston Texans related, I hope everybody watching this video and all my subscribers and all my followers on Twitter and TikTok had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody out there had a great Thanksgiving, just like I did. Even though the Detroit Lions should have beaten the Bills if they didn't choke, I still had a great Thanksgiving. So I hope everybody watching this video today, all my followers on my social media platforms, and of course, all my subscribers on here had a fantastic Thanksgiving yesterday. Shifting gears to today, we're here to talk about the game on Sunday. And yes, I am at my home in New Jersey. I'm going back to Florida tomorrow, don't worry. So I'll be back there in time to watch the Miami Dolphins take on the Houston Texans. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I felt like I haven't talked about the Dolphins in a while. Kind of taking a break as I had all my AEW stuff last week, and the Dolphins were on a bye, which was perfect. And this week I was just coming home and, really nothing to talk about coming off the bye week. So I figured I'm just going to relax. And we're going to hit it hard because we've got a lot of crucial games coming up. I can't overlook this one. We can't overlook this one, but we got a lot of crucial games for the Dolphins coming up soon. But cannot overlook this game against the Houston Texans, and I'm going to talk about that more in this preview. So I thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, man, not much promoting to do. So let's get into the preview. Houston Texans, Miami Dolphins, Sunday, 1 o'clock on CBS with Spiro Ditas and Jay Feely on the call. Should be a good one. The main topic, I guess, the breaking news containing this game that came out on Wednesday is that Davis Mills is not starting for the Texans, okay? Lovie Smith tried to be all cute. He tried to be all cute, get the Dolphins off guard, and say, we're not going to announce who our starting quarterback is because we feel like that would give the opponent a disadvantage. And it's like, Lovie, you're going up against the Dolphins offense, man. You're not giving us. We're not scared over the fact that either Davis Mills or Kyle Allen is going to be the starting quarterback for the Texans against the Dolphins on Sunday. We're not afraid, bro, okay? But anyway, he didn't hold off, and it was actually announced Wednesday that Davis Mills is getting benched, and Kyle Allen is going to be the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans on Sunday against the Dolphins. Kyle Allen, I have his career stats right here, man. Can't take this guy lightly. He's got a full regular season of experience. He's not any good quarterback. He's a below average quarterback. That's what I'll say. He's an average quarterback in the NFL, which the Dolphins defense I feel like should match up really well against them. But really quickly before we get into the matchups for each team, Kyle Allen, I want to read his career stats right here. He's got he's played 21 games in the NFL, drafted in 2018 by the Carolina Panthers, started his career in Carolina, then went to Washington for 2 seasons, played 4 games in 2020 and played 2 games in 2021. 2019 season, he played 13 games for the Carolina Panthers, and then in 2018, he played 2 games for the Carolina Panthers. He total is 395 for 600 26, a 63.1 completion percentage, over 4,000 yards passing, so that's no joke. He's got 21 games, which is over a season, and he's got over 4,000 passing yards. That's pretty impressive numbers, I would say. 23 touchdowns and 17 interceptions. So those are Kyle Allen's career stats. That's who the Dolphins are going up on Sunday, and I mean, I'm going to say this again and again and again. You cannot overlook this game against the Houston Texans, and really the main reason is because we think we're in such a good spot right now, which we are. The Bills are in first place, but they're holding that first place for us until Sunday, hopefully, when we beat the Texans, hopefully. But this is the definition of a trap game. I'm telling you right now. We're at home, 7-3, coming off a bye. We're playing the worst team in the NFL. No offense, Texans fans. The Texans are the worst team in the NFL. And we're favored by 14 points. We're favored by 2 touchdowns. This is a trap game. You cannot just look forward to next week. No, you got to focus on what's happening on Sunday. What's happening on Sunday is the Dolphins going to war with the Houston Texans. So you cannot overlook this game. I don't care how bad the Texans are. You got to come out all guns blazing. You got to come out 100% coming off a bye week. No slow starts, please. That's one of my keys. That's one of the big things I ask for is don't have a slow start. I know that the offense doesn't have trouble with that because usually on the first drive of the game, they go down and they get a touchdown. But defense, we can't give up points on the first drive like we did against the Bears and against the Lions and even against the Browns. They scored they scored a touchdown on the opening drive, and we can't have that. So this is a definition of a trap game, and you should not be overlooking the Houston Texans. Let's get into stats. I guess we'll start with the Texans offense against the Dolphins defense. Since we're kind of talking about Kyle Allen a little bit and Kyle Allen coming in for Davis Mills, and I'll save it for the end. Never mind. Houston Texans offense versus Miami Dolphins defense. The Texans are they are the 32nd ranked offense in the NFL. Overall, they have 286 yards per game. That is last in the NFL. So they are ranked the worst offense in the NFL. Their passing, they are 26th in passing with 214 passing yards per game, and they are 29th in the rushing game with 93 rushing yards per game. So they're ranked 32nd overall in offense of yards per game. The Dolphins are ranked 21st in defense with yards given up per game with 356 yards per game. Their passing defense is ranked 22nd, which is 254 passing yards per game given up by the Dolphins defense. And the Dolphins run defense is ranked 17th, which they are way better than 17th. That's a load of crap, if you ask me. It's giving up 117 rushing yards per game. I think this is a really good matchup for the Dolphins defense. This is a get-right game, if you ask me. This is a get-right game for the Dolphins defense before they play some really good offenses, and I mean really good offenses, coming up in the next couple weeks. Where is he? I'm looking for Pierce. Is he not on here? Dameon Pierce? There he is. I think this is a get-right game for the Dolphins defense before we have to play some really good offenses the next 3 weeks on the road, which the Dolphins defense, I said in my Browns preview, I'll say it again, their defense is much better at home than they are on the road, which is good for this week because they're at home. But next 3 games, they're at San Francisco, at the Chargers, and at the Bills. So for me, this is a get-right game. Have a great game against the Texans offense, and then go get ready for the tall task that you're going to have the next 3 weeks. Now, the Dolphins run defense is better than 17th ranked, okay? If you look at the game against the Chicago Bears, okay, Justin Fields ran all over them. 178 yards, all that crap. They could not stop Justin Fields when they played the Chicago Bears. If you look at the running backs for the Chicago Bears, which are David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert, they had 59 total rushing yards against the Miami Dolphins. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, Nick Chubb, you can make a case for one of the best running backs in the NFL, had 11 carries for 63 yards against the Dolphins. And one of those runs was a 33-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter. So before that run, Nick Chubb had 10 carries for 30 yards against the Dolphins defense. And Kareem Hunt had 6 carries for 9 yards against the Dolphins. Now, you guys might have heard me mention his name. I was looking for his name here on my CBS Sports app. I believe the Texans have a very... Hold on a second. I will be right back. I'm getting my name. I apologize. My dad needed something real quick, so yeah, he just needed my attention real quick. So let's get back to it. The Texans have a rookie running back that I really like. I really like Dameon Pierce. He's got 175 carries, 780 yards, 3 touchdowns on the season. Rookie running back from Florida. I do think he is the future running back for the Houston Texans. Now, I think the Dolphins defense, can the Dolphins defense stop him? Absolutely. Absolutely. If they can stop, if they could stop Nick Chubb, if they could stop David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert, I think they could stop Dameon Pierce as well. Dameon Pierce is a good running back, man. So I actually think that this is going to be yet another challenge for the Dolphins' run defense against a very good rookie running back who's probably, in my opinion, the best offensive player on the Texans, Dameon Pierce. So I do think that's going to be another good test for the Dolphins' run defense. But the Texans, they have no wide receivers. Just going to say that right now. Brandon Cooks is their top receiver. Brandon Cooks doesn't even want to be there. Okay? Brandon Cooks doesn't even want to be on this team anymore. He's voiced his frustration. Do you honestly think Brandon Cooks is giving 100% out there? I don't think so. Outside of Brandon Cooks, this team has no wide receivers. So, if you stop the run game and you stop Pierce and you put the game in the hands of Kyle Allen, our defense will dominate on Sunday. Flat out. Stop Dameon Pierce and put the hands in game of Kyle Allen. It's Kyle Allen, okay? It's the Houston Texans offense. They're ranked last in the NFL. This defense should dominate on Sunday. So, that's all I got for the Texans offense against the Dolphins defense. And finally, we'll go Texans defense against the Dolphins offense. This doesn't even sound fair, man. Texans defense is ranked 30th in the NFL. Bottom 3 defense in the NFL. With 390 yards given up per game. The Dolphins offense is ranked 3rd with 391.5 yards per game. Okay? The Texans passing defense, not terrible. They're actually ranked 12th in the NFL. Shockingly, they have a really good cornerback, Derek Stingley Jr., but he might not play on Sunday. Okay? Derek Stingley Jr., from what I heard, let me find it on Twitter real quick, because I did see it earlier today, and I want to tell you guys what the injury is. Derek Stingley. It says Derek Stingley Jr. has been out with a hamstring injury. He did not practice today, and he could be set to miss his second game in a row, which is big. He's a rookie corner, but he is their best corner. So that's big. That's big for sure. But the Texans passing defense is ranked 12th, and the Dolphins passing offense is ranked 2nd with 306 yards per game. Now, you know where I'm getting at with this. The Texans' run defense is ranked last in the NFL. 179 rushing yards per game given up. While the Dolphins are ranked 27th. They were at 29 against the Browns, but Jeff Wilson had over 100 yards. Raheem Mostert had 50 yards. They're ranked 22nd with 97.7 yards per game. Now, Mike McDaniel did say at the press conference today that it's going to be an uphill battle for Raheem Mostert to play on Sunday. Raheem Mostert's been dealing with a knee injury all week. He didn't practice Wednesday. I don't know if he practiced yesterday or not, but he could play or he might not play. Regardless, if he plays or not, I think Jeff Wilson's getting most of the carries on Sunday. Jeff Wilson got most of the carries against the Browns, and he had 119 rushing yards. He's now and I think the Browns are ranked 30th in the run game on defense. But they're going up against the last ranked rushing defense in the NFL, the Houston Texans. Mike McDaniel, run the fucking football, man. You got Jeff Wilson, who's absolutely electric for the Miami Dolphins against the Bears and against the Browns. You're facing the last ranked defense, run defense in the NFL and the Houston Texans. Whether it's Raheem Mostert, whether it's Jeff Wilson, run the fucking ball, Mike McDaniel. I know you got Tua, and you're going to be seeing him sling it down the field to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Sherfield and Mike Gesicki. Of course I want to see that. But in the game that you're going against the last-ranked defense in the NFL, just run the ball. Run the ball, man. And I think we'll be fine. I really think we'll be fine on Sunday. I've gone into games against the Lions, the Steelers when I was there on Sunday night. I've gone into every game nervous this season. I think, I mean, there's a little bit of nerves in me. Of course there is. That's every game for me. But I think out of all the games this season so far, this is the least nervous I am. I've seen the Texans a couple times this season. They are terrible. They are a terrible football team. They are probably the worst team in the NFL, and they are tanking for either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. They do not want to win. Them benching Davis Mills basically told you that the Texans are done with the Davis Mills experience and they're going all in for either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, more than likely. So they don't want to win. So take care of business, Miami. Don't play down to the competition. Play your level of competition. Take care of business like you did against the Cleveland Browns. Let's get another Cleveland Browns game on Sunday. I would love that. I would love to see Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Teron Armstead. I would like to see the starters sit for the fourth quarter. That's what I want. So, I think we should beat these guys by at least, I would say, 17 points. Is that fair? I would say we should beat the Texans by at least 17 points. Now, at the end of the day, a win's a win. I'm going to celebrate it nonetheless, but man, if we lose to the Texans on Sunday, we got a problem. I'm going to go on a rant if we lose to the Texans, but I got confidence my team is going to get the job done on Sunday against the Texans. So, but I'm not overlooking it, and I'm not overconfident. And if anybody says, oh, well, you're acting so overconfident, it's going to come back to haunt you. I'm not overconfident. I even said, you can't look ahead of the competition you got in the next couple weeks. You got to focus on what's ahead of you on Sunday, which is the Houston Texans, and going to war with the Houston Texans. So, I'm out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel for some more content. I will be back right here in Florida this time, not New Jersey. I will be back Sunday, 5:30, for the post-game wrap-up video between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins right when it's over. So be sure to subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts on the game Sunday. Let me know what you think is going to happen down at South Florida between the Texans and the Dolphins. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me. You can follow me on Twitter at Conlon_Joseph. Folks, I am six followers away from 2,500 followers on Twitter. If we can get there before Sunday, I would be very thankful. If we could get to 2,500 followers by kickoff, I would be very happy. And also, follow me on TikTok at Colin_Joseph. I don't know what's going on with my TikTok, but I got 4 videos taken down yesterday. I don't know why. All I do is make sports content videos on TikTok. I don't know why they got taken down. I'll get that fixed. But we're posting every day on TikTok. So if you haven't already, follow me on there at Colin_Joseph. Guys, I'm out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you back Sunday for the post-game wrap-up video between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. Have a good one. Stay safe, and as always, stay classy. I'm out. Peace!